Welcome to US Stock Express. It's December 16th, 2025, and we're diving into the market action right now. So, what's on the docket today? Why is United Airlines flying high while the rest of the market feels turbulent? Can activist investors really spark a rally for a telecom giant like Comcast? And what's causing the sudden chill in the red-hot housing market, with builders like Lennar missing the mark? Let's get into it. All right, let's get straight to the numbers. The S&P 500 took a bit of a breather, dipping 0.38%. Meanwhile, the tech-heavy Nasdaq 100 barely broke a sweat, inching up just 0.02%. Call it a flatline with ambition. Over in small-cap land, things were rougher, with the Russell 2000 taking the biggest hit, down 1.02%, and the blue-chip Dow Jones rounded out the session with a 0.73% decline, proving even the old guard wasn't immune to today's mood. Now, the big economic story is a messy jobs report pointing to a cooling labor market. But the real drama might be happening behind the scenes at the Federal Reserve. The race for the next chair is heating up, and that internal competition could secretly start to steer policy decisions. That brings us to the latest twist in the Fed's policy saga. While the official chair gets the spotlight, a powerful shadow chair is emerging from within the ranks. This behind-the-scenes influence is making already confusing jobs data even trickier for the markets to interpret. Shifting from the Fed's economic puzzle to a specific stock story, Pfizer is in the spotlight for a less-than-inspiring outlook. The pharmaceutical giant's stock took a hit after its 2026 revenue and profit guidance fell short of Wall Street's expectations. The company cited a faster-than-expected drop in COVID product sales and pressure from generic competition. Staying in the healthcare sector, Johnson & Johnson is also making headlines with a classic mix of good and bad news. On the positive side, the FDA granted a priority voucher for J&J's Tecvayli combo in multiple myeloma, a significant win. This even prompted a price target hike from Bank of America. However, proving that even steady stocks have off days, J&J's shares still fell 2.4%, showing that broader market sentiment can sometimes overshadow good company-specific news. Moving from healthcare to energy, Phillips 66 is making a big bet on its future. The company has laid out a hefty $2.4 billion capital budget for 2026, signaling a major push to grow its core businesses. This plan is a significant increase from 2025, with over half dedicated to projects aimed at expanding its midstream and refining operations to boost profits down the line. Now let's talk housing. Lennar's stock took a significant hit, falling over 6% after reporting quarterly earnings that missed analyst expectations. While revenue managed to beat estimates, earnings per share came in well below forecasts. This highlights the ongoing pressure from a challenging housing market where affordability issues and weaker consumer confidence are taking a toll. Over in the insurance space, Humana's stock took a 6.1% hit. The decline comes as a lawsuit alleging the company downplayed rising medical costs gets an update, adding a layer of legal uncertainty. This news compounds broader industry pressures as health insurers grapple with soaring medical expenses from pent-up demand and costly new drugs, which are squeezing profit margins across the board. Switching gears to materials, fertilizer giant Mosaic is also having a rough day on the market. The stock took a significant hit, closing sharply lower and leaving investors digging for answers behind the sudden drop. On a much brighter note, Comcast surged to the top of the leaderboard today. The cable giant's stock jumped 5.5% on heavy volume, fueled by a potent cocktail of rumors about activist investor interest and the key record date for its planned cable network spin-off, Versant. This combination made it the top performer in the entire S&P 500 for the session. Back to the downside, APA's stock price fell 5.2%. But here's the interesting twist. The story behind the slide is a wave of institutional confidence. Several major hedge funds and asset managers significantly increased their stakes in the company last quarter, suggesting some big players see real value at these lower levels. Staying in the energy patch, EOG Resources is also making headlines after its stock fell nearly 5%. The drop comes as natural gas futures retreated sharply from a recent high, with volatile winter weather forecasts cooling trader enthusiasm. Despite the sell-off, analysts point to strong long-term fundamentals for EOG, including record LNG export demand, suggesting this dip might be more about fickle weather than a flawed business. Let's end on a high note with United Airlines. UL is flying high after securing a key partnership with SpaceX's Starlink for superior in-flight Wi-Fi. This strategic move, which contrasts with a competitor's potential choice, has investors buzzing. That edge, coupled with strong institutional buying, helped propel UAL's stock up nearly 5% in a single day. That wraps up today's market update. Thank you for watching. Stay informed and make smart investment decisions. We'll see you next time.